What's up, YouTube? How's it going today? This is the HadeNuFF show, episode 50. I got Nick from Sane Illuminated. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, it's going. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Okay, good. Yeah, I put my headset on. Hopefully that works better.
Okay. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing fine. It's my
Pretty
day off.
good. All right. And the old Dirty 33, as always. How's it going, man?
What's going on? What's going on, Dave, Nick, YouTube?
What's going on?
All right, I guess the first thing we'll get into, and before I start this podcast, I am still doing a Sony, the whole Sony thing that somebody has requested and other people want me to do that have been asking on my stream for, the whole Sony and their current spot in the gaming industry. I will do a Sony podcast this weekend, but I really want to cover this news with the whole Devil's Third and some other things that happened yesterday and today. Just do a Dave's HadeNuFF show, but I will be doing a Sony podcast this weekend, just all on Sony and their current, position in the gaming industry, just like I did with Nintendo, and probably one for Microsoft eventually too. But yeah, there's been this whole new news that has come out with the Devil's Third. More. I don't know if we necessarily would call this a rumor, but that guy from Unseen64. The same guy that's been stirring up a lot of other controversy with the NX, has came out and literally said that the Devil's Third, Nintendo will not be publishing the Devil's Third. And not only did he, say that, he pretty much went into some people that have actually got their hands on the game in Nintendo in Europe, literally saying that the game, is pretty much. Let's see some of the things that they said. Pretty much said that it's terrible as a shooter and as an action game, and you can definitely tell the development has been troubled at best. The game is just shocking. The game is just shocking. It's incredibly poor production values and above even fun to play. Let's see what other things. A couple of people even told him that has aiming issues. The game's, the different, how you aim the gun. It's fucking off. The game looks like it's from 2 generations ago, and its budget must have been tiny. That's I think a lot of Nintendo from Europe said this, that he talked to sources. What do you guys think about this, Nick?
Well, yeah, I already made a video earlier today talking about how Nintendo keeps doing this thing where they bring up these games, and then all of a sudden, the last minute, they decide they're not going to bring them to the U.S. or anything like that. Although this is the first I'm hearing about how the game doesn't sound like it's too good anyway. I mean, if that's the case, maybe I could kind of see why Nintendo want to bring it over because of the reputation of it. But then again, I mean, they're not doing so well with their reputation to begin with anyway. So it's, I don't know. And I'd have to play the game for myself to know for sure.
Well, this is all where I actually, when I first saw some articles on Nintendo Life and other things, but I actually see IGN posted something about this, and they actually had a video to this guy's YouTube channel, Unseen64, and he went in on the game. He fucking just said everything. How he's been talking to different people over in Europe with Nintendo about it. And pretty much, they were just saying, what I gathered, what you kind of just said, that Nintendo, with everything going on with this game, maybe that's why they're distancing themselves from this game. It's just they actually referred to it actually being another Disaster Dave case, some other game that Nintendo actually didn't publish a while back ago. This is kind of the same case that he said in the video. The video is on Unseen64, and he just goes, it's about a 3-minute video, and he says all this stuff that's going on with the Devil's Third, that how they pulled it from the Nintendo eShop, all kinds of stuff. The video is pretty interesting, and basically gives. I mean, that makes sense why you did. And he said too, that's why you didn't see it at the Nintendo Treehouse. Because I found this is what I thought. I found it really strange, they showed that Nintendo E3 2015 live event and didn't even put the Devil's Third in it, as close as that game is to coming out. I was like, man, that would at least save some face for them, instead of just showing Muppet Babies, a Star Fox 64 game that looks like it's from the Nintendo 64, that Star Fox Zero. I mean, and that the Mario Maker and that Mario thing at the end where they just celebrate Mario. I was like, damn, they might have just been able to show the Devil's Third or something towards the end, you know, save some face. What do you think, Old Dirty, about all this?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, why didn't they show the Devil's Third at the live direct? And now we know. You know what I'm saying? Because they were talking about Europe and Japan getting an August release date, but the U.S. wasn't. I was trying to figure out like why the hell they didn't say anything for the U.S. And now we know because Nintendo is looking at the game like, nah, we're not going to publish this. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to put any money into this, and the game is, it's buggy. You know what I'm saying? There's frame rate issues. And I read an article, I think it was on My Nintendo News, that Nintendo wanted them to actually go back, like, delay the game and go back in and fix some more stuff. And they said no. So, I mean, I don't blame Nintendo. I wouldn't publish it either. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bring it to North America either. If it's broken like that, you know what I'm saying, it's a horrible game like that, then, yeah, I wouldn't waste my money either, trying to put it out there.
Yeah, that's like the first I'm hearing about that. I mean, I've seen like all the videos talking about how, oh, this game's not coming out, how dare Nintendo, but I guess everybody seemed glossed over, myself included, because I didn't know that the game is like just not, it's not fixed, it's a broken mess. Like nobody told me that, like, except for someone hearing about this.
Yeah, they pretty much said Nintendo America has no plans of releasing it themselves and has purposely distanced themselves from the Devil's Third. He said because it's really not that good. Nintendo of Europe has pretty much got their hands on the game and has spoken to a number of people that the game basically that has frame rate issues. The frame rate is pretty much inconsistent and visuals are less than subpar. I mean, they went in on this guy went off about this game. And he said, if you don't believe him, if you don't believe him what he's saying, he said they will be telling this themselves July 15th at embargoes, whatever that is, preview for the Devil's Third. So we'll see all what he's saying. He says you can see that he's not bullshitting. If you don't believe him, look at that, July 15th. So, and then they actually came out today that there is possibly somebody else publishing the Devil's Third, but I'm just telling, I'm going to give everybody, a word of advice. I would see, reviews for this game before you go out and waste your hard-earned money on this game if it actually is really this bad as he's saying. And this guy has been right on numerous things, so, I mean, I don't know. I knew something was fishy when they didn't show that shit at E3 2015 at their live event, and didn't even show at the Treehouse. And then you got them last year showing the game off like it's great. So what's up with that? I mean, that's kind of weird too.
Yeah, that is kind of fishy because I know last year they were showing it at the Treehouse and it looked pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, gameplay and mechanic wise, you know what I'm saying? Didn't see any, frame rate issues or anything like that I know of, when I was watching it. I mean, the graphics was okay, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, this generation. I mean, it still looked good, in my eyes, But yeah, I was looking forward to it. So for what's going on now, and with that publisher that might publish the game for the North America for us, I just wait for reviews. You know what I'm saying? And I wait for Europe.
Later for us.
I mean, I know Nintendo
fans so I'm cooking later for us.
Are hungry. I do know that. I mean, they want a game. There's no questions asked for that. Like, I don't blame people wanting something to play on their Wii U, but I mean, I feel bad people have to go out and just buy dog shit just to play something, Because, I mean, like I said, their last big release was Splatoon, and if you weren't looking forward to Splatoon, you're kind of shit out of luck on the Wii U, Just saying. But they are probably publishing this game in, America, but it's not going to be Nintendo of America. they're not going to be the ones publishing it. Siliconera, I think, is the people that are looking into publishing this game. But all this news came out yesterday and today. So basically, if you were wondering what was going on with the Devil's Third, that's basically it. That's what's going on with that. And with all the what I thought? I thought maybe they were saving the Devil's Third for the Nintendo NX. Like they are many other games. That another rumor that's going around that Diddy Kong Racing 2, Zelda U, all that is going to the NX. Did you guys hear those rumors?
Yeah, I seen that rumor about Diddy Kong Racing actually being removed from the Wii U and going to the NX. I guess maybe like a launch title, maybe or something like that. I did hear that rumor. I did see that. Read that.
I mean, that's like they're just like giving up on the Wii U, and I'm kind of surprised that they're just pulling that much. Looks like they're just pulling out completely on the damn thing. I know they got Star Fox coming. What do you guys think's going to go on with the Xenoblade? I know they got a release date for I think it's in November, I believe. But you think they possibly
December 4th.
What happened, Nick?
December 4th.
Okay, December 4th. Do you think they can possibly push that back to the NX if Diddy Kong Racing 2 and Zelda is possibly going there too? Because they said Zelda too. That's another rumor.
Nah, I don't think
Better not.
I think Xenoblade is coming out for the Wii U. I don't think they're gonna push it back for the NX because we really don't know a release date for the NX. Just a rumor of July.
Yeah, but let's all get real here for a second. With all this news in the NX, and we do know they're going to announce it at E3 2016, I find it hard to believe they're going to wait. With all this bad news for the Wii U and all this shit going on, I couldn't see them continuing, the Wii U without anything else going on, until 2017. I think it's going to be 2016 when we see, another console. I don't know. And there is a rumor, we don't know if it is a home console. You got this rumor going around that it's, possibly just a handheld, and another one it's a hybrid. But I really strongly think that it's going to be a home console to replace the Wii U. How's it going, Lamont?
Good.
What's your whole thoughts on this with the Devil's Third?
I guess it sucks. Because that game looks like a good game, and Nintendo of America won't publish it, I guess, because due to it being crappy to them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that if it's being published in North America or someone else, it must come out in September. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Well, I think if that company is actually going to publish it, it's going to come out in August. I think it'd be, a worldwide launch because the way this guy is talking, how this game is, and how it's just trash, it's not enjoyable, the frame rate issues and all this. I don't think that they will actually get a publisher to publish it, but it come out in August in Europe and Japan, and then come out September here. Once we get the reviews from over there, that is trash, and that guy was saying, exactly how it was, and that's how it is. Oh, it's not going to sell here in America at all.
So with Nintendo not publishing it, they're obviously not gonna back this project like advertisement wise. Like is it just gonna be released and like people just have to just go by sites of when it comes out? Like there's gonna be no marketing at all for this.
No, you can keep going.
What do you think, Elder? Do you think there's gonna be no marketing at all for this game, or?
I doubt it. If it is some marketing, it's going to be very, very small. I mean, you probably really won't see any commercials for it. So, I mean, depending on that publisher, if they want to back it and push it, then yeah, maybe we'll see some advertisement for it, like commercials and stuff like that. But other than that, I'd say no.
Okay. Well, Flo, thanks for joining the podcast, and Levon. I appreciate you joining. What is your whole thoughts with this whole Devil's Third controversy of it, not being published by Nintendo of America, and now they have news today it's going to be published by another company or whoever, Siliconera, I believe it's called, and they're probably publishing it. But with the whole news of it, the game just being basically dog shit, I mean, that's all you can say from what I'm getting from this guy from Unseen64. What is your thoughts on all this?
I don't think. Okay, first of all, thanks for having me, man. And it's been a while. Good to be back, man. Good to be back with everybody here. The Devil's Third. I wouldn't call it dog shit. I don't think any game is really dog shit. I think it'll have something to offer for somebody. A lot of people will be into it. I never really saw it as a very ambitious looking game. Like the mechanics looked. They looked very hack and slashy, basic. Like they didn't look that complex. I don't know. Like I liked how they transitioned to the sword to the gun, but it looked kind of choppy to me to begin with. It didn't look all that on point to me. I just wasn't that blown away by it from the beginning.
Well, see, they had that multiplayer that looked really cool. Like, it looked like you could do so many different things in multiplayer. It looked like a whole new multiplayer experience, and that's what I was really interested in. And then it looked like it had this, like, cool little, story that looked like it was kind of had some humor in it and had nudity. Something you never see really on the Wii U.
But when you hit guys, it kind of just, like, went right through them, it seemed. Like, it didn't seem like there was a lot of impact going on and stuff. Stuff that I'm seeing in a lot of other games nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So you really just didn't really think. So I'm just asking you, basically, with what this guy from Unseen64 said, do you think that he is probably on point with what he's saying? Is there a good possibility, or
that it's not running so well?
Yeah, like all the stuff that he said, that it's possibly the frame rate is pretty much inconsistent. There's aiming issues. It's just, he said it's terrible as a shooter and as an action game, and you can definitely tell the development has been troubled at best. It looks like a game from 2 generations ago. The budget must have been tiny. I mean, they went in on this game, and he even said, if you don't believe him, he said, wait till July 15th at embargoes, and they're going to, pretty much explain, verify what he said.
It sounds like it's unfinished, like a lot of games this generation. Mm-hmm. So it's probably going to take some time to really polish up and resources, unfortunately. I think it'll still be a fun game, but they're going to have to work some stuff out, it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, we will know stuff about it next month because Europe and Nintendo is bringing the game out, so I'm sure we'll see some videos. I'm just that was like one of the only reasons that I was going to hold on to the Wii U was that, and Star Fox was one of the other reasons. And then when I saw Star Fox, I was like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't, didn't look too good. But that's basically that. And I haven't had you on the podcast in a while. What's your whole thoughts with all these rumors that go along with the NX? Because they basically, a lot of them come from this guy that said this stuff, the whole, the Devil's Third.
I didn't see them going. I didn't see them going fully head on into HD. I did not see them making a system more powerful than the PS4 to begin with, because that's kind of how their games have been developed. They're not highly ambitious titles in that sense. They're not pushing the boundaries of games. They're more focused on the level design and things like that nature, and certain themes. And unfortunately, a lot of that's children, and that's obvious. That's their target market. That and handhelds. That's their main focus.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I gotta.
Oh, how's it going, Daphne? Thanks for joining. Old Dirty, go on. What are you saying?
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Wolflow. Okay, with the NX, they saying it's not, competing power-wise with PlayStation 4. Now, in your opinion, do you think Nintendo should just stick with the Wii U instead of bringing out the NX? That's not, up to par with, PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Because if third party is not with the Wii U now and it's under par, why would they come to the NX and it's still under par between the two?
I don't know exactly what the NX is. I was thinking it would be some kind of hybrid. At the same time, it could work with the Wii U, for all I know.
It might be a upgraded Wii U like the Sega Genesis and the 32X.
So basically, like an add-on.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But how are they going to do that with a like I can understand with the Sega Genesis and the 32X, but how are they going to do that with the Wii U?
They could do it by USB ports or something.
They said that it's going to change the way we play games.
No, that was for
That's
some
different.
rumors. That was for some rumors.
No, that's what Nintendo said.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He did say
I
that.
know that.
So, if it's going to change the way that we play games, that would mean that it would have to be a way that we haven't played games before.
And one way that we
completely
haven't
bullshitting.
played games.
Yeah, that's the question. What way have we not played games?
But doesn't Nintendo say that for every system they come out with?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing games. Then.
I mean, I've heard that like 4 times now.
But here's my question to you guys. Do you guys want to play games in a different way? You just want to play the same, classic way, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of way?
No, I don't know gimmicks. I don't know most controls. None of that stuff. I don't know that was controlling.
And I'm passing on their dinner, and then we have to figure about 6:45 for the service of kids and stuff for the big deposits.
He's got some like
So I wasn't sure if I was
Yeah,
going
it's
to
the classic. Like the classic, the classic controller and everything, but I still like to try different things of way of playing the game. You know what I'm saying?
What about the PS4 and the PS Vita? That was kind of like they were connectivity. They were connected together. I mean, did people don't like that?
It was amazing, but it flopped.
You mean a remote play?
Yeah, I think most people don't want to see. I think most people don't want to see their Witcher 3 on a smaller scale. They want to see it on their big screen TV.
Yeah.
But you don't want to play games while you're driving and stuff, while you're on the go, while you're eating?
Hey, if you can drive and play Witcher 3 on the PS Vita,
He's beating it on hardcore mode while he's cruising along. No problem.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of things you do have to take consideration. This is a rumor, a lot of this stuff. One thing I did hear that Nintendo did say, like I said earlier, that they are moving a lot of these games, like Diddy Kong Racing to Zelda, and I think the next Metroid possibly to the Nintendo NX. If they're doing that, the NX has to be something good. You know what I'm saying? It can't be this handheld. I think it's going to be something, it could be, but I'm saying it has to be something that's we are expecting to play that's going to bring, like how Wii U is going to have Zelda U, so I'm assuming it's going to be something, better than what we're thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be this bullshit ass. I don't believe it's going to be $150. I don't believe that rumor. I don't.
I think
You got the new 3DS that's out right now. It's $200. How are they going to beef up something to play the new Zelda on, and you're going to pay $150 for it? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe there's a way now you actually get to interact with the amiibos in real life, so you can play with them, not just play them. But
Do you think it's going to be a streaming service by any chance? With the whole Dina thing?
It could be, but would you want to be it wouldn't bother me.
It's not what I want. It's what it is.
they said it was
want.
a service, did they not?
Yeah.
Like
No, I was talking about from my standpoint.
Yeah, but one thing you got to take consideration when they did talk about the NX, and we heard it from Nintendo's mouth, they did bring up in that conference in March about Dina, that whole new service.
Yes, about the membership.
We're going to take that into consideration,
Hey guys, I hate to go short, but I gotta go.
Okay, later.
Okay.
I got some company over, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
I think it may.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Hopefully next time I don't have to go so early.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's fine. I understand. But you got to take into consideration that they did put out that service, Dina. I think it could be a streaming thing too. That's how they could get it at $150 if that's true and stream it to you. Because look at the whole new NVIDIA Grid console. It's $200, and then they can stream games to you in 1080p TV and all that bullshit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. NVIDIA Shield and
So yeah, so that's a cheap console and it's fucking pretty powerful, but it's all based on streaming. Let's hope Nintendo is not doing that. I don't want that. Like Levon asked, do you want that? No, but that's what it sounds like if we're putting all these rumors together.
Then they might as well make an app for the Wii U for it then, if that's the case.
Well, it's all supposed to be connected too, like the Wii U, 3DS, like this whole new service that's coming out with made by Dina. It's all going to be connected.
When is it supposed to come out? Like September or something?
No, there's no date of when it comes out. It's just they're announcing it. The only thing we know that when we're going to know anything about this, that's going to be pretty much fact, is going to be at E3 2016.
No, I'm talking about the DNA service.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's all being announced there too, right?
No, I think it's coming out this year. They said it for fall 2015.
Oh, okay. Maybe I thought it was all going to be announced at 2016.
No.
Another thing is that a lot of developers are kind of hinting that they're working with Nintendo for their new system. They know about it, and they're considering it. They have it in mind when they're developing games.
Yeah, they made this claim that Nintendo is, the developers are on board with the NX so far. That's the claim.
No, but I know that a lot of them have mentioned, well, maybe the NX, we might be working. I can't remember who was mentioning it. Maybe it'll come to the NX or something.
Project Cars developer.
I think there was someone else too. There was a couple of developers that are third parties.
There was like 2 developers that I know of slipped and said that they're working on a title for the NX. Like, okay, that's cool, but my whole thing is I think Nintendo should go ahead and compete. I mean, not if you don't want to fully compete with the other 2, that's understandable, but at least compete power-wise. So, you won't give third party the excuse not to put, a game, on your console.
Hold on a sec. What if the NX was a way to connect your phone to your Wii U, and it was like something that would connect everything together somehow?
Like a hub?
Yeah, kind of like a hub station and everything.
I think it's going to be a streaming service. If like I said, they were talking about how it's going to be on your Wii U, everything, 3DS, and I think they did say the phone, something to do with the phone too. I don't know. It's all rumors. I think it's going to be something, I really hope it isn't. I wish they'd just come out with a new console and just do things right. I mean, they said that, a lot of people that have seen this said it looks great. A lot of people in the industry that have actually seen the NX, they said it's actually pretty good. So, I don't know. It's all speculation, a lot of it, but we do know for sure E3 2016 we'll know more, and I'm sure throughout the year we're going to see more developers slip about this, things that they're working on with the NX, but this guy Liam Robinson, he pretty much gets a lot of insight of all the stuff to do with Nintendo. So I'm sure we'll hear more from him too. But if you haven't seen the video on Unseen 64, it's very interesting to watch the whole thing with the Devil's Third. Another thing I do want to mention, the PS4 pretty much has the install base of the Xbox One and Wii U. What do you guys think of that? The PS4 actually has the install base of the Xbox One and Wii U combined. Is there going to be any stopping the PS4?
No. It's over, man.
There's like Xbox fanboys saying that the Xbox One will catch up to the PS4. It's not gonna happen.
How?
It's not gonna happen.
DirectX 12, none of that.
They said.
I mean, even brand exclusives like games that are available for the Xbox One and the 360 and PC. Even if you combine all the sales, they're not going to build an install base to be better with Sony and surpass them. It's just I'm sorry, but Microsoft and Nintendo's already waved the white flag and said it's over. That's it. Just keep competing.
I mean, that's damn impressive. We're still in the beginning of this generation, and they already got the install base of the Xbox One and Wii U combined. That is pretty damn impressive.
Well, I mean, again, a lot of people who jumped ship to the PS4 were on the 360, so that's part of the reason why.
And you got all these people talking trash about PS4 having a sparse year when it comes to exclusives, but it don't really look like that makes a difference. Like if these other consoles have such a great year, why are they fucking getting demolished so bad?
No. The thing is, it's a fact that there's a lot of exclusives coming to the PS4 this year, but they using the argument about AAA games, and they say, well, if it's not AAA, it's irrelevant. Well, I did a video about this, and I talked about the exclusives, and Microsoft's only got 2 exclusives. As in exclusives, they're only for the Xbox One. That is Halo 5 and Forza 6. The other ones are either remasters, time exclusives, or they're multi-class. You know what I'm saying? And the PS4's got a lot of exclusives coming just only for the PS4, and they're not coming to the PS3, Vita, or whatever platform it is. So they keep using that term AAA, and then basically that denotes anything of value regarding to the exclusive library.
Hey, can I chime in for a quick sec?
Yeah.
About Microsoft. See, I think it makes sense for them. It's a better move for them to go after the PC and to work with the PC, because that's where they can thrive. They can't compete with Sony in the console right now. But if they look towards the PC, they can rely on the power of the PC and use that to their advantage with all their software skills. So it just makes sense to me. It always has.
Yeah, that's a smart business decision if you can't compete. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying for the clowns
Not only is I think it's breaking up a little bit. I'm getting a delay a little bit. Okay. What were you saying, that tip? I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm getting a delay a little bit when I thought you were going.
No, I was just
you can only get your lunch money stolen so many times before you gotta call it a day.
There you go.
But basically, not only is the PS4 stomping everybody in hardware sales, they're doing great in software too. I mean, it's all around. It's just doing good all around. I mean, they kind of took the playbook from the 360 and ran with it. That's why they're doing good. They're right. They are. You can't deny the PS4 isn't kind of riding on third party a little bit. But they do have exclusives coming, but they are using the whole third party thing like we've seen with Microsoft last generation, and it works. This generation, the PS4 is the 360 of last generation.
Look, if you go into a GameStop, the average kid doesn't even have a clue. They'll be like, "Oh, this is exclusive to this system, right?" Just because it's advertised for them. They have no idea.
Well, to us hardcore gamers, we know it's exclusive. The average person, like I think I was talking to Old Dirty about this a while ago. Most gamers nowadays, they just they play a lot of the Call of Duties, Grand Theft Autos. That's what they care about. They don't give a shit about exclusives. They don't really care. And those games right now, like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, are selling great on the PS4. And then that maybe the more I think about it, that was actually a good thing for Nintendo. I mean, not Nintendo, Sony to get exclusive rights to the DLC for Call of Duty.
Yeah. On top of that, even Ubisoft's sales are selling better on the PS4 too, with their Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell and stuff like that.
Like 27% for the PS4 or something like that.
27%.
Okay. The lowest is like, and never mind.
Huh. Alright, other than that, I guess this Tuesday, God of War 3 Remastered is coming out. What do you guys think of that?
I just uploaded a video about that. I'm not picking up. I already beat God of War 3. But there's 4 other games coming out that day. It's Godzilla, Deception 4, and PGA Tour, Roy McClure. Those are the 3 other games that are coming out that same day.
I think Life is Strange is due to come out episode 4, I believe. There's like they have usually they guess when it's going to come out on one site. It's usually, they said anywhere between the 7th and 14th it would come out. So I think it's come out the 14th.
Do you like that game, Dave?
I like Life is Strange. I think it's a really good game. When I first played it, I thought it was a little slow, but I gave it a chance again, and I actually really enjoy it. It reminds me a lot of the movie The Butterfly Effect. If you guys ever seen that movie with Ashton Kutcher, that's kind of like the story. Not the exact story, but it's kind of like a lot of things that happen in Life is Strange. Where I don't want to ruin anything for anybody who didn't play the game, but a lot of stuff that happens in Life is Strange happened in the Butterfly Effect. So I really do like it. I think Square Enix made a really great game there. I like the price of it. I think it's priced right, and I think just overall a great game. Did anybody else in this podcast play Life is Strange?
I love the game.
No, I haven't played it.
Played the demo on the PS4. I'm gonna pick it up when I get a chance.
Is it a good game?
Yeah, it's if you like those like Telltale games, those type of games, then you'll like this.
Oh, okay.
That's the best thing I could compare it to. Something like The Walking Dead Season 1 or 2, Game of Thrones, or Borderlands, their version of Telltale games, or Wolf Among Us, something like that. I think Life is Strange is a little more, you interact a little bit more than those games. There's a little bit more to do.
It also draws you in. It draws you in on how they really put it together.
Mm-hmm. But would you agree that you can interact a little bit more in Square Enix's Life is Strange than I would say the Walking Dead or Wolf Among Us?
You actually get to walk around where you want. You're not just going from point A to point B and doing this. You're actually kind of figuring things out.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty good. I like it. But yeah, so God of War remaster, and you said Godzilla. Now, what about Godzilla? Come on, guys. Let's get real here. Nobody in here, I hope, is buying that.
Oh no! I mean, you apparently didn't pay attention to the sales. Godzilla franchise sold pretty well.
No, I know, but I mean, Godzilla sells very well. But did you guys look at that game?
Oh yeah, well, I am. I don't know about everyone else. I'm still buying it. I don't care what.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be like that.
I couldn't see. I mean, this is my opinion, and everybody's entitled theirs. But I looked at that game. I sourced one of my buddies on PS4 talking about Sicilian that he's gonna buy. I was like, are you serious? Like,
yeah, but
if you like the franchise,
it's really hopefully based on the old school Japanese 1950 movies. That's why.
Yeah, if you made it all nice and touched up and like modern day, it wouldn't be the same, man. That's like taking the Evil Dead movie and making it all like high production value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I'll give it that.
But the Evil Dead games were pretty good back in the day.
Mm-hmm. The latest Godzilla movie though. I mean, that was. What did you guys think of that? I mean, I know it's not really off subject, but the latest movie I didn't even really think was that great.
When did it came out again?
Huh?
When did it came out? The movie.
I don't know when it came out. It came out like this 2 years ago, I guess it'd be the latest.
If you actually pre-order the game, you actually get the movie. So I'll watch the movie when I get it.
It had like Godzilla looked cool in the movie, but you didn't see Godzilla really, but certain parts of the movie, and it's really at the end.
That sucks.
If you're a Godzilla fan, I mean, you're into that. It's just like Batman Arkham Knight. If you're into Batman, I would suggest the new game. If you're not, I couldn't suggest that game to somebody. You gotta like Batman. I mean, that's just how it is. Like if you're like Godzilla, you're gonna probably buy the game. Other than that, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 Zombies. Did any of you guys see the trailer?
No.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, what did you think about it, Old Dirty?
I like the overall how it looked. I mean, that style that they went, the era that they went with. It's like the 40s or 50s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like they got power-ups and stuff now from the bubblegum machine and stuff like that. But I mean, it's still like the same zombies, but they just made it a different era.
What is everybody
you turn into though? Like, did you guys ever play that game where you have tentacles and they shoot out, and you're a guy with a first-person shooter? What the hell is the name of that game?
Darkness.
It almost looks like you become the darkness. in the game, like at one certain part. Did you see that? Like how the guy, you become a zombie with tentacles?
Yeah, I seen that part.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why people are so obsessed like blowing a load over the same damn zombies in all the same damn games all the time. I don't get it. But if they're gonna do something different, that's cool.
That's what I'm excited.
They are doing something a little different now. I think you become this like zombie that's like from that game that you mentioned, and you have these tentacles. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's zombies. It's fucking zombies. There's no other way to spin it. It's fucking zombies. You know, people like zombies. Some people buy Call of Duty just for zombies now. Like that's it. You know, I know people that play that for hours on end. I remember when it came out in Black Ops 1, I had friends that just sat there and played that one level over and over.
Yo.
Whoa, what happened?
Man, I got kicked out of the call.
Oh, there.
Dave's back.
Yeah, we got kicked out. I don't know what's going on.
Alright.
Yeah, we're
Fucking YouTube.
you.
All I gotta say is PS4 Master Race.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what that was. That's just, I guess, Google Hangouts. It shut us all out, but we're still live. I was like, damn, they shut the whole podcast out.
Better call the cable guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's Vexium attacking me. What do you call it? So, Call of Duty Zombies, is anybody in here looking forward to it?
Not really. Not for me. I don't care.
I'll say one thing about Call of Duty. I took a break from it recently. I've been playing actually with TechRev. We've been playing the Zombies on Advanced Warfare, and I actually been enjoying it. I think it's a game you got to leave alone, just like everything else. Assassin's Creed, you know, Ubisoft's not going to stop making it. They're going to keep making it. Best thing you can do is take a fucking break from it, and then go back and you might enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just saying. Other than that, I mean, unless anybody else has anything to talk about, I mean, that's basically it. I just wanted to do a podcast to do with the whole Nintendo thing and talk about a few other things. There really isn't much news. They did come out and talk about digital games. Ubisoft, did any of you guys see that?
Ubisoft? No.
They came out and actually talked about why digital games are more money than physical copy. No, they're the same amount of money as physical copies in the store. Like they were kind of saying they're new to it, or it's a whole article about that. Basically, you know, if you ever wondered when you turn on PSN and you look at the fucking prices of games compared to the store, you're like saying, well, why is this game $60 here on digital and at the store it's $60? That's what the article is basically about. That was some other news that came out today. Ubisoft stated that, you know, they gave some bullshit reason why they're charging the same price.
No, they came out and straight up said, bend over.
Yeah, I mean, I think that digital games should be cheaper than physical at the store. No questions asked. They should be $30, I think, in my opinion. 40 tops. But that was some news today they had on that.
Hashtag better PSN.
Oh, hashtag better PSN.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's people complaining about PSN and the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, they made a petition.
What do you guys think of that? Oh, here's something we can talk about too. That whole game Rocket League. Did you hear that was actually fucking PS4s up?
It was putting them into Rocket League, man.
Did you hear it was melting PS4s?
They were taking off to the moon.
What could have caused that? Is it like the game's not graphically demanding? What could have caused that?
I guess it might have been coincidence or something, or maybe it was just a glitch or something.
They said something about it's overclocking the game, or I don't know. I'm not a technical guy. I don't know all about PCs. All I know that I heard that Rocket League is pretty much was melting PS4s and pretty much said to just lay off the game until developers fix it. That's what I heard from actually the Dreamcast guy. He did a review on it. He said it's a great. They said it's a great game. They scored it. He scored it a 9, but he says it is. He put like a temperature gauge near his PS4 and actually got up to like 110 degrees.
Yeah, but I will say this though. The developer said that due to Rocket League's like overheating PS4s, he said that all future DLC for the game will be free. So that's cool.
Also, check your status. Like you can check what games got updated, and it tells you what the updates are, so you can read if they fixed it.
Okay.
But my advice to anybody watching the podcast: hold off on Rocket League. I know it's free on PlayStation Plus right now. I downloaded it but did not play it. I wouldn't play it till they get all that shit situated. That's just my advice.
I hear you.
Unless you want to be going and calling Sony and getting your PS4 fixed.
Did anyone watch the Luzy's Shadow Fox debate?
Yeah, I saw that he double teamed or had 4 people on a podcast against the Luzy artist. That's not really fair for a debate.
No, it should be 2-on-2, 4-on-4, whatever. The equal. It would be like a team of each side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, does anybody got anything else? Basically, I just wanted to talk about the whole thing with the whole Devil's Third and a few other things like Black Ops 3. There really isn't much news. I will be doing a Sony podcast this weekend of Sony's position in the gaming industry, like I did with Nintendo. You're all welcome to join if you want to join that. If anybody has anything else to add,
Microsoft's not doing Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Come on. Why the fuck would they, man?
No, man, Xbox One has no business being in Japan, but they only sold like 100. They got their sales up there. They only sold 100 Xbox Ones.
That's messed up. 100 out of a million.
Yeah.
100. It's pathetic.
Wow.
Hey, so what was this debate about? I never saw that.
They have been going back and forth for a while since Tokyo debated Shadow Fox, and he came out and said that Shadow Fox said he was actually drunk during the debate, and Lucy Artist actually has been going on and picking at him and saying he wants to debate him, which I will give Shadow Fox this. Shadow Fox actually beat Lucy Artist in a debate, but he said he has enough shit to beat him in a debate now, which I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch the whole debate. I just watched the beginning of the. I thought it was a debate I was clicking on. It was actually a podcast, and I guess later on it turned into a debate.
Yeah, it needs to be a little informal. They need to get Shoka to be a moderator and then let Shadow Fox and Leslie debate.
Yeah, there should be. Yeah. I was in Mr. Red Fox's podcast the other day, and I was talking about voice chat and stuff like that. He says like a case-by-case basis and stuff like that.
Sorry, but what was the topic of the debate again?
I don't know. It's on Shadow Fox's channel right now. It's one of his latest. I'm sure it's the Wii U versus whatever. It's something to defend the Wii U about. I mean, it's the normal bullshit they do.
Also, Halo 5 is sub HD now.
Yeah, something about HD gaming and all, the normal stuff. They're damage control and a bunch of garbage.
Do you think that a lot of the people on YouTube are just kind of like blinded by certain things? They won't let themselves accept the truth?
Yeah,
I agree.
One of the biggest issues I have with these Xbox is they keep saying the PS4 has no exclusives coming this fall. Again, I keep giving them facts, and they just keep saying, well, they're not AAA games. They're indies, or they're not even indies, but they're not like Grand Theft Auto, Halos, big bangers.
Yeah, a lot of people you won't get through to. That's for sure.
I noticed that YouTube, they in the gaming community of YouTube, there's rules now. You know what I'm saying? It's
rules. What rules?
The game has to be developed by this many people, and it has to be developed between this time frame. And if it's not released on a full moon, it's crazy.
If it's not exclusive, to the PlayStation 4, it's not considered an exclusive if it's also on the Vita or the PS3. It's not an exclusive. I'm like, yes, it is because it's just exclusive to Sony. It doesn't matter if you could get it on the PlayStation 4 and PS3. You can't get it nowhere else.
I think they mean like just on one platform or something like that. Some
Yeah,
crap like that.
There was two debates. One is that one the game is exclusive only for the PS4, and there's PlayStation brand exclusives, as in they're only for the Sony platforms like PS3 and Vita. So.
Yeah, like those. Yeah, I don't get them rules that these YouTubers be putting out.
It also has to be a retail game because it doesn't count as a game if it's digital.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has to be localized here too.
You know, I find a lot of. I gotta give a shout out to all those people who go on and on and on about games that they never actually play. Does that?
Yeah, you got a bunch of people going on about fucking games that they never played. That's what I don't understand.
I see it all the time. It's crazy.
I mean, you got people going on about Batman that never played it. I mean, a ton of people I've seen talking about that game, and you ask them, have you ever played the Batman? No. They're like, I heard the Batmobile just ruins the game, blah, 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 you know.
They sure have a lot to say about games that they haven't played, though. Like, it's like they played it.
They talk, but yet they don't do. Action speaks louder than words.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about the whole, since I'm looking in the comment section, what do you guys think about the whole reveal for the Ken trailer for Street Fighter 5?
Yes.
Cool.
Street Fighter fan myself. Never played one. Yeah, man. But I was more curious on who was that other character that was at the end of the trailer, you know, where it started flashing. I thought it was E Honda. That was my guess, but they said a new character.
I gotta be honest, man. I haven't been that good at those intense kind of fighting games like that since back in the day when I played Street Fighter 2. Like, I was always more good at Mortal Kombat. That's my thing. I know how it works, and I'm just good at playing Mortal Kombat. But Street Fighter, I'm gonna be a fucking punching bag. But I definitely want to learn it more.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about Street Fighter, though. At least you can pull off some, you know, you can do some shit in that game with some combos. Mortal Kombat, the combos are pretty hard. Like, I haven't played fighting games in years, and I mean, you get in some of the matches in Mortal Kombat. If you don't know combos, you're gonna get fucked up.
Like, yeah, have you played the story? Have you played the story, Dave?
On which one?
Mortal Kombat X. That's hard.
No, it's not hard. I'm not bad at Mortal Kombat, but I'm not like one of the people that know all them combos, which I want to start learning. But if you go back to like back in the day when I played Mortal Kombat, this whole combo meter wasn't there, and same thing with Street Fighter. That didn't exist. You played the game, and that was that. You know, nowadays you do a million fucking combos, and it's just a lot different than what fighting games used to be like. You know.
Yeah.
Do you like all these combos nowadays? You think it's cool, or would you rather have back in the old days where it wasn't just like combo meter?
No, I actually do prefer it, but it's based on hitboxes and also balancing the game. Like, you know, you've seen people pull off these infinite combos, you know what I'm saying, and they need to be patched in. You know, again, like I said, back in the day, Street Fighter 2 and, you know, even Mortal Kombat 2, those are another game that you had no combos. I mean, you could technically do combos, you know, in those games, like if you try to balance out the moves, but you know there will be no combo for like a meter that tells you how many combos hits you did. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with it. They just need to balance out the game. That's all it is.
Yeah, I like a balance of those two things too, so that it's not just one-sided to like if you only play that game all the time, you're going to be that much better. But you have a little bit of balance there too, so that people can pick the game up and still kick some ass. Like they can find ways to still do their thing.
Well, you guys would agree though if I sat here and played Call of Duty Advanced Warfare every day non-stop that I'm going to be better in the game than most people play. That's just how it goes. You usually have to pick one game and go with it if you're going to be in a competitive standpoint.
Yeah, you got to be dedicated and playing a lot of these games. Fighting games on a joke. You got to put several
I
hours.
think games too. If you want to be a beast in Mortal Kombat, you just got to play fucking Mortal Kombat. That's normally how it goes. Like with any game that's competitive.
Yeah, Street Fighter tournaments, they play religiously. I'm talking about probably. I talked to Street Fighter veterans. They've said they put like 6 or 7 hours a day, almost every day playing Street Fighter. I'm like, dang, dude, that's crazy. Like 7 days a week, you know, I mean times a year. That's crazy.
Yeah, but those are the people that they just give a shit about Street Fighter and that's it. They don't play nothing else. Same thing with people at Call of Duty that are, you know, fucking phenomenal. That's all they play. That's it. You know, they don't look at other games. You know, I mean, you have to have a big interest in just that game. And I actually used to be like that, man. I used to play with that like Ghost Recon. I used to be like with that with Call of Duty. I used to be like that with Street Fighter 2 back in the day. That's all I used to play.
Me too. Jumping to play Doom like every day.
Yep, get on there and get. Well, when you're younger, like when I was younger, we didn't have a bunch of money in my house, so we had Street Fighter and fucking Mario for Super Nintendo. So I played Street Fighter, you know, played it constantly, just really good at it. Same thing with more original Mortal Kombat. But nowadays, I just know it's all based on like a bunch of combos. You get in a match with somebody, they just fucking demolish you, and that's it. You barely get a hit off of them, you know. But it is what it is. Other than that, I think I'm gonna end this podcast. So just good hanging out with Wolfflow and seeing him again. I haven't seen you in forever in a podcast.
I know, man. It's just been off days. I'm doing something, or you doing something.
Yeah, I just did. It was like this is more like a random podcast tonight because I actually got another podcast I want to do this weekend with Sony, and I just wanted to talk about this news. I was actually just gonna do a video on it, but I said, fuck it, I'll do a podcast, something to do. Somebody in the podcast asked, supposedly Vexium was talking shit about Dave. Oh, okay, he's asking about the Vexium thing. Yeah, Vexium's just running his mouth in the old Bear Huggers podcast, and that's why I made that video. That, like I said on this podcast, too, I'm going to send this podcast, that's not an attack towards Bear Hugger. Me and Bear Hugger are cool. I just don't give a shit for Vexium. You know, I never really did, to be honest with anybody, you know. I don't like how he just annoyed the hell out of me, and I think he's a person that's likes to start a lot of trouble. You know, that's just my outlook on the whole thing. I mean, if
was he on your podcast?
I'd have been all right with it, you know. But thank you, Old Dirty 33, for joining as always.
No problem, Dave.
Thank you, Dathip, for coming back and joining again.
Of course, appreciate you, man. Anytime.
Thank you, Levon.
Thank you.
For joining as always.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wolfflow, for coming back and joining again, buddy, as always.
It was good to be back, man.
All right, till next time.